bringing up my list.
Your list,
So I don't forget
your guilty
people.
pleasure list. You have a list.
How
I
long
do.
should our
Well, there's
list
one
be?
that no one will even know about, so I don't know if I should
All
even
right,
admit it.
we'll get to that in a minute. All right,
It's
so
gonna be the same as mine.
here we go. Well, you did bring up a good one, but let's actually jump right into the show. Welcome to 4 Beers In. I am
And
Brendan.
I'm Matt.
Hey, nice.
Sorry,
on me.
I expect y'all to be a little slow on the draw.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. Marco.
I'm Marco.
Tammy.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Matt.
I'm a little slow.
It's okay. We can be slow.
My
today.
timing is all off this week.
It's all the sugar and beer.
Yes, actually. So if we had thought ahead, we would have talked Halloween on Halloween, since we are sitting here on
But
Halloween.
nobody listening would have heard it in a timely manner.
That's true.
True.
So that's why we shot from the hip and went Halloween early. And this week, Tammy chose guilty pleasure music. So not just album, but I mean, if you have an album that's full guilty pleasure, kudos to you.
I do.
I was
Spoiler
thinking,
alert.
Do.
I was thinking more songs, but I'm not the one who chose it. So, Tam, how do you define guilty pleasure? Because I think some of it also depends on kind of the person. Is it who you are or who you're talking to? Because, say for instance,
It could be both. But for the most part, if you're almost like shyly admitting to liking whether
but why are you shy about it? Like, what makes you embarrassed?
Because society is full of judgy people.
Even
Okay.
probably my favorite bands, people are going to judge me, much less the ones that I'm already feeling guilty about.
All
But
right.
the ones I'm shy about.
So, yeah, okay. I mean, I guess that's a foundation. But again, your shyness could change from Matt or Marco or my shyness.
Right. My guilty pleasure someone actually really likes. It is on the radio. Apparently someone liked it.
Well,
I do.
most of these songs at some point, one
They
point
don't
or
put
another,
bad songs on the radio,
Right,
do
would
they?
never do that.
were on the radio, and that's how we heard
Although
of them
the
in the
number
first
one
place.
song, or what is it? I think the number one hit wonder is Macarena. That is not a guilty pleasure.
Well,
of
that's
mine at all.
specific to the year
Oh,
1996.
it's horrible. That is not mine.
Specifically the month of August 1996. I know because my sister got married that year. That month.
And they
that
played the
month,
Macarena.
that year, and we definitely danced to the Macarena at her reception.
That's a good point, because one of mine would be Gangnam Style. And it's very like, it's like period, this specific 3-month period. And you're like, oh yeah, that's when they got married. Yeah.
So,
sense.
Devo, Whip It.
Oh, that's a guilty one?
Well, if we're talking kind of
I don't see that as being a guilty pleasure, because they had an entire exhibit at the Modern Art Museum in Denver about Devo.
Was that part
No
of the
shit.
Lego?
That's like next level. Devo is like so hipster that they're like in art museums now.
I was just
Was
gonna
that part
say,
of their Lego
whoa.
exhit?
Lego.
Because Lego
Their hats
hats,
kinda look like that.
right? Lego had a huge resurgence, and so too did Devo about the same time.
I wish Lincoln Logs did. That
I
was-
never had those. I
So
had Tinker
Lincoln
Toys.
Lincoln Logs are the guilty pleasure, because nobody is going to be on board with you about Lincoln Logs.
No, I had Tinker Toys, which were way more lethal.
What about Constructs?
I had
You remember
Constructs,
those? Yeah.
but more expensive than Tinker Toys.
Yes, they were. I had to save up my.
They didn't integrate well.
I had
with each
one
other.
set of Connects that I had to save up for,
think I
because
was-
Connects was really expensive.
Connects were more
Yeah.
expensive
All
than
that shit is
Constructs.
expensive.
Like, yeah.
Legos are like $100 for like a piece of shit of plastic.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
think
not saying it's not fun to build, but really,
I
it
think-
probably was $2 to make that box.
the problem with Legos is now they're set specific, so they're
Yep.
designed
Yeah.
to
Star
build one
Wars
exact
themes.
thing.
They're
And,
like,
like,
kind
old-
of on the Beanie Baby thing. It's like, you want
Yeah.
this specific rare set, and it's limited edition. We're only going to print it out for 2 months.
Think of the bank they're making though, because tell me that's
They're making
not.
so much. No, there's literally
yeah.
people who go around and get Legos on clearance so they can resell them for more than retail.
That's our future.
I've been to Legoland, and much like the M&M store, you can buy in bulk, and there's something like $15.99 a pound or something. It's like it's crazy
Just a bunch
expensive.
of red bricks.
Yeah. But like I think I once saw an advertisement for Old Trafford as a Lego set that was like $400, $500.
Holy!
That would be awesome if I had way too much money in my life.
So one of the C38 guys, I don't remember which one it was, but I remember seeing it on my feed.
Yeah, he spent
did
$500.
have the old Stratford Lego set and decided since COVID that he would put it up. And
If it's one of our many rocket scientists in C38, then good for them. They got money to burn. I don't. I have
Yeah.
$500 for a Lego kit
I didn't even think
that does one thing.
I knew it was a pretty penny,
Mm-hmm.
just because I mean I like some of the Star Wars stuff and
No, they're fun to do, but it's just crazy the price.
yeah.
And also, if you actually build them out, they lose their value. So it's another
Dough.
thing about toy collecting.
Oh, I did not.
I'll
know
stick
that.
to He-Man and Garbage Pail Kids. Thank you very much. What was the topic again?
music.
Guilty pleasure songs.
We went from Devo.
We went from guilty pleasure music to just straight up guilty
We always-
pleasures.
Yeah, right. I was just gonna say, do we say guilty pleasure
I
toys
love Devo,
or?
though. I didn't know you had them. We did not talk prior.
well,
I'm like, wow.
I felt like with this one, I was gonna shoot from the hip a little because there's a handful of I like so much music all over the place that it's some of this. It depends on who I'm talking to, whether or not I'm embarrassed or shy to say, "Hey, I like blah blah blah." Like ICP probably is one of those
Ooh,
ones
that's
that
a good one.
no matter
I think
who
I
I'm
like
talking
them so much in a
to,
weird way that I don't see them as guilty pleasures, but people hate them.
that's just it. No matter, like in most cases, the people I know in my like regular
Good
life
running songs. I run to them.
are not fans like we are.
Are you on camera, Brendan?
I am.
He's wearing the Juggalo makeup or half Juggalo,
Juggalo.
Juggalo makeup.
All right, that would be embarrassing.
I don't
Not-
have like the clown makeup.
That's
know
why
what?
he's
I do-
only like
yeah.
half Juggalo right now.
Right.
He's
I,
trying
I,
to temper
I
himself.
was playing with like how do I make myself all kind of creepy, veiny, like I don't know, but
But with masks, you only
He's
can
like,
hold
how can
your
I
nose up.
be
I-
Juggalo but class this up a little
yeah,
bit?
I
I
guess
have
on
never
camera you could
heard-
see that.
I've never heard a single Insane Clown Posse song ever in my life,
Oh,
but I know
well.
what the Juggalos are.
Yeah,
But I-
Juggalos don't make it any
No,
better.
they don't. They're disgusting for the most part.
Are they like Marco's biker chicks just having sex pretty much anywhere?
Yeah, kind of.
I say Marco's because he's part of that community.
You'd be
Which
shocked
biker
what their
community?
fans do.
I was just gonna say you don't hear him arguing.
You don't have a
this.
lot of sex on the bird scooters, though.
I've actually
so-
seen them at Red Rocks.
Bikers having
Well, them
sex?
too, but
Juggalos? Juggalos having
I saw
sex?
Juggalos.
What
I
do
saw
they-
ICP at Red Rocks.
You saw.
I did.
What did you dress as? Did Brendan paint you?
As me.
It
And
was
actually, it was
before
before
we
I met
met.
Brendan.
Who did you have sex with? And how, how many of
There's so
whom?
many.
How many? Yeah, it was just the line
I
forms to
woke
the
up,
left.
I don't remember anything.
It was the
Pretty
Juggalo
much-
train.
Pain
All
is
the
part of my
makeup's
body.
still there.
It's pretty much all of row HH, right? You lay down on seat 36 and just wake up a couple hours later.
That's funny.
Now I know why we go to
Um,
the planters.
We skipped over the beer introduction,
Oh,
which you
shit.
usually do. So, but I was going to use that to make a toast that we go easy on each other because guilty pleasure music is bound to be criticized.
No,
and
I-
embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping we would
So-
kind of. I
Yeah,
mean,
we started off good because I was like, actually, that's a good one. Because
Yeah.
I like Devo.
but
So, since we're all friends,
Toast, yeah.
Let's
let's go easy on each other, huh? Cheers.
yes, cheers.
My second statement is I am way past the point in my life where I give a fuck what any of you think about my taste in music. So I'm not guilty about anything I like.
I think I'm kind of getting there. I mean, I just kind of, I think the biggest for me would probably be that there are at least a good dozen ICP songs that are on a personal list or a running like exercise list, more so for Tam. She's got
There's
her
some good running
exercise
ones
list,
for
but
sure.
there's some songs that when they come on, I don't skip. If I'm
Can
by
we rescind our
myself.
toast?
But if I'm obviously with
We
people,
each define the term go easy on each other.
like if we were upstairs and I had my music going or whatnot, I'd always definitely have an eye on my playlist because at some point it's gonna hit one of those songs and I'm gonna be quick to change it. Just because if you're not into that at all or understand it, it's gonna change the
Well, if we have
room.
family over and your parents are over, you're not gonna like, yeah, fuck this bitches.
I don't-
One song, you're gonna skip over it.
I don't actually run to music. I prefer to run to podcasts to talk. I don't know why, but I prefer to hear people talk than music. But there was this one song that I heard in a playlist that was basically, I want to be your man and fuck you all night.
Oh.
And then the converse of that was, I want to be your woman and fuck you all night. And it just went on like that, back and forth. And I'm like, if that was in my running playlist, okay. But I certainly wouldn't play that if I was expecting company.
That's funny. I'm going to try it.
I'm saying what's in my running playlist would be specific to that activity. It wouldn't be what I play at home when I say, hey, Echo, play whatever I'm in the mood for. I'll just say it. Often it's opera. I listen to opera at home. I love
Holy
opera.
fuck!
I would
Really?
not have guessed that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but Echo play opera is a common phrase in my home. I play it because I can do everything while it's on. It doesn't distract me. I can write. I can
Do you understand what
Read.
you're hearing?
no,
Okay.
but oftentimes I know the opera and
Okay.
I know what it's about.
That's part of like what's
just-
kind
it's
of
beautiful.
complicated about opera is you have to like, because I remember in college, like Figaro, you had to read like the entire book to kind of figure out what the actual story was.
Exactly, and that's where it lost me because I didn't want to read the freaking books.
Even
Or
though
the-
you don't
the
understand what
playwright.
they're singing with certain notes, and does
You-
it bring out emotion though?
Absolutely. The singers put their entire emotion into every note.
Because that's
And
what I would picture. Like even though you don't understand, but how they're whatever.
so if you know an opera and you know the songs that are in that opera, then you know what they're singing about. Even if you don't know every word, you know what they're talking about. Figaro, I know. I know what that opera's about, and I know what the songs are about in general. I've been to an opera, and in the opera, they show you have subtitles basically on the seat in front of you. It's got an LED screen that shows you the lyrics in English, or sometimes it's up above the stage if you don't have a seat in front of you.
Right.
So you can enjoy it on that level, or you can watch the performers and just purely get the emotion. But it's there through their actions and their words. But opera is the most emotive of any art form I've ever experienced. And I absolutely love it.
Interesting.
I really dug. She doesn't sing anymore, or at least I haven't found her. But Charlotte Church.
Charlotte Church.
She was a opera singer, but she got her breakout when she was 12 from
See-
England, and like
Okay, so
I listened to a lot of her shit because
she was
had
kind
a
of
beautiful
like
voice.
Lindsay Sterling before Lindsay
Oh,
Sterling.
yeah.
Lindsay Sterling is one of my dream girls. A punk rockin' violinist. Holy shit, she's hot.
But Charlotte Church was kind of that for opera.
For opera. She was kind of like the Tiger
There is
Woods
a-
of opera.
There
or
is an
like
American just like
although
that.
she's white.
And she came up through one of these America's Got
Oh,
Talent
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
things.
She's blonde,
Yes,
and
and
she was just on Masked Singer last year.
but it turns out she's super like Christian culty, I think.
Oh,
I
really?
don't remember.
Yeah, I
Who is
heard
she?
some weird shit about her, but she was a little 12-year-old or
God.
something.
I'm going to have to figure this out now.
But I never really cared for her because her whole shtick was singing as if she was a grown up. Like her voice was fine, but not great. But she was kind of like a little girl doing an impression of a real opera singer rather than a real opera singer.
Interesting.
When I think real opera, it's Joyce DiDonato, who is one of my absolute favorites. I mean, there's no one compares with her in my book.
Okay, look that up.
She was Miss Kitty.
I'll have to fight you on that one because I'm a
What?
Pavarotti guy,
Well, Pavarotti's great, but I mean,
and he's done a ton of different operas.
yeah, it's true. And again, you know, everybody fits into a certain singing style. Pavarotti was what, a soprano or a tenor? No, he was a tenor. One of the most famous tenors. And
Jackie Evanko.
Jackie Evanko, a fine opera singer. But again, as a little kid, and I don't know how she is now, she's got to be like 20 now.
She was on The Masked Singer, and she got pretty
what's her
damn
name?
far.
She was
Jackie
great.
Evanko.
No, she was
the
great.
kitty.
She was great, but what she did...
Oh.
What
okay.
she did as a little kid was an impression of a grown-up opera singer, which means she changed her voice specifically to sound like that. And I never liked that about her. I liked
So you could tell that she had changed her
Of
voice. then.
course,
Well, as a
because
I
it
10-year-old.
don't
was-
remember her story.
it was an
because in that show
impression
they'll
that she
talk
was
about it.
doing. But fantastic as an impression. It's like
And
somebody who does a really
I
good
feel
Rodney
that way
Dangerfield.
about,
It's like you
like-
can
She
appreciate
did good
that.
on that
Yeah.
because you didn't know who she was, and she was choosing not opera songs. Obviously, she was choosing pop
Pop
rock
songs,
or
yeah.
Oh, she would have been
Yeah.
given
So you
away if
didn't-
she was.
right.
Yeah, if Ken
But
Jeong knows
she
who
had
she
a
is.
beautiful voice, and like I think that was her struggle of maybe being
Yeah.
looked at a certain way.
Pigeonholed
I
as,
just
as
think-
that.
She wasn't being herself. Is my complaint. Is she was still a little kid, and as a little kid. Yeah, we all did Bon Jovi parodies. We all, I did.
I did a Michael
I tried
Jackson
to
dance
sound,
in the
yeah,
toilet. Yeah.
I wanted to be. Is it Patty Smythe or Patty Smith?
Patty
Who's
Smith.
Smith on
Yeah.
Scandal. That I used to pretend I was her.
Yeah, I would change my voice to match the singer, and I loved Bon Jovi as a little kid. But that doesn't mean I was a great singer. It means I could do a Bon Jovi impression. I think Jackie Evenko wasn't being herself. Jackie Evenko, she was being her impression of an opera singer. And I hope now that she's grown up, and I have to look into this, but I hope she's coming into her own. Because what she
Interesting.
really needs is
She's
her
the
own
kitty
identity.
That
I
was,
agree
I
with
think
Matt
that was
on this
half the
one.
reason why she did what she did on The Masked Singer, is because then that way, not
It
only
gave her
could us
different-
as regular people get
Yep.
to know who she was as a different singer, but maybe record producers
Mm-hmm.
to also realize, oh shit, this chick can sing.
And she can.
And, yeah.
She just needs that Lady Gaga
And you know how
factor.
the
She needs
industry
that
is too.
personality.
She's not ugly, so
Of
that also
course.
plays for it.
I haven't seen her since she was a child, but yes, I could assume that she has grown up to be a very beautiful person. But yes, she does need her own identity, because being beautiful, Christina Aguilera, does not mean success.
Ask Britney Spears.
Well, she's
No matter
possibly
what
has
you
mental
say,
she possibly has mental issues. Like
just possibly.
I don't want to get into it, but
Right.
yes, Britney Spears won the Britney Spears
Just a
won
little
the
bit.
hot contest with Christina Aguilera, but Christina Aguilera was always the better singer.
Yeah, I said that from the get-go.
Me too.
One had to bring a snake on stage.
But Britney Spears played to the pop crowd, and Christina Aguilera wanted to have her own
She
personality.
wanted to be
and she
more
got
of a
punished for
proper
that.
singer, and
She got punished
less
for
pop
not
for-
playing to the teeny boppers that
Exactly.
she didn't. She wanted to be Christina Aguilera. Britney Spears wanted to be famous, and that's the difference between them.
and yeah.
I would just like to say that Brittany knows that you're toxic.
Ha ha ha.
I think I can help Britney. I'm a very sympathetic
Leave Brittany
person.
alone.
I am. I'm not commenting on her possible mental illnesses because I don't know. I just heard that she might have some mental issues. I'm sympathetic to that because you shouldn't be exploited for having mental health issues.
Does opera count as a guilty pleasure, though?
Oh, I'm
I
not
feel
guilty.
like
I see it as
Again,
one.
I'm
like-
not
We're
guilty.
talking about good music now.
Again, I'm not guilty about anything I listen to. I listen to good music as
See?
determined by me.
I almost feel like objectively, no one is going to disagree that opera's
That's
bad.
fine. Moving
it
on.
might not be their thing, but like
That's kind of
as
where
far as if you know music, like musically, you're not going to say opera's bad.
Opera is what I listen to in my free time the most. Moving on.
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure, Martha?
My guilty pleasure is Ace of Base.
yes, that was awesome when you sent that,
Oh,
because
That entire album.
Hated them in high school, but I never heard the whole album either.
That entire album.
that
is
album
full
is
of
actually
slappers.
pretty good. That's just it. Like,
I only heard
list
the
them off,
two-
dude. List them off.
I only heard the
Let me
two
pull this
radio
up here.
singles. I Saw the Signs and All That She Wants Is Another Baby. Hey.
Yeah,
Those
those
are
were
the
on the same album. So
only
there are
two-
two,
yeah.
two one-hit wonders on one
Those are
album,
the only
which
two I
means
know.
it wasn't a one-hit wonder.
They were a two-hit wonder.
No,
But
they
those are
had
the-
more.
That whole album had. Okay.
I've never heard the
let's-
album. I'm willing to learn.
All That She Wants.
That's what he
The
said.
Sign.
Yep. Yep.
And what was the other one?
The other one. So it was a 3-song album.
And then the
Typically,
remix.
albums have 10 to 12 songs.
Don't Turn Around.
Don't turn around. Oh, yep.
I don't know that one.
I don't either.
That one's not as popular,
Just
but
one.
it's
And
still like if you're looking it up on Spotify, it probably still has over like 100,000, 300,000 plays.
Yeah. And then All That She Wants remix.
Did they remix their most popular song on
On
yeah,
their
on,
album?
on the
their
same album.
Yes.
That's
Is that
how
their
you,
only
that's how
album?
you know
That's
it's
how
a
you know
slapper.
that they
Did they have
knew.
any other albums?
They had some other albums. Let me see if
Because
I
I
can
just
pull it
thought of the Spin Doctors again.
Oh,
we
see?
brought them up.
Doctors.
And Pocket Full of Kryptonite was that album title.
Oh, so
And they could not come up with a second album, and so got
It's a
Oh,
rock
Beautiful
because that
Life was
album
on a
was
different-
good. I actually
I liked
liked
it.
them.
so
I saw them in concert at a festival.
I liked it. My girlfriend in high school definitely did not like the album.
oh, did it cause the breakup?
No.
Okay.
And I can't be hard on her because she introduced me to Pink Floyd, so she has
Some
indelibly changed my life.
I feel like this
It's
can be
funny how-
generational too, because I feel like Kiss is generally accepted as like a decent band depending on your generation. But for me being younger, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. And
Kiss
also, a lot of younger people have not even heard of Kiss, which I
Yeah.
find to be weird. Yeah.
I love when younger people are like, oh, that's way before my time, and then they throw out another band that's like before them, and I'm like, how do you justify one and then
Right,
I-
like
not
that
and I
the
Kiss
think-
is way
other?
before my time, but I love me some freaking Queen.
Yeah, and now Fleetwood
Oh,
Mac
because
is
of the
blowing
movie,
up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fleetwood
exactly.
Mac
I
is
love
blowing up
Kiss's
because of
Beth.
TikTok.
Oh,
that
yeah.
TikTok
Kiss
meme.
Beth is
Yeah.
my favorite Kiss song.
Oh, Beth.
I
I
think it
love
also
it.
depends on like
I don't know
what
that
your
one. How's
parents
that go?
listen to.
It's more of a ballad.
I love ballads.
And
I love
It is.
Monster Ballads
And it
are
wasn't
great.
even Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley. It was the drummer. I
drummer guy.
believe.
Yep.
The
Chris.
cat?
It was the cat.
Not the
Kitty
cat.
cat.
Oh, no.
It's the only cat that I'm okay with singing. God, I hated that musical.
When I think of Kiss, I only think of Detroit Rock City and Edward Furlong puking into a pitcher on the end of a strip club stage. God, that movie was fantastic.
And a universal guilty pleasure. I'm just gonna throw this out here. Nickelback.
No, me
No.
too. I was
So,
talking to
I
a
got a
friend and
close
I
People
one to
shit
that.
on Nickelback so much, but if you actually listen to their songs, they have a lot of decent songs.
Yeah, but when I
yeah.
had to overplay them at a strip club, this is the last thing I want to hear now is like an adult 15,
Because it's
20 years
outplayed
later.
or overplayed
F'd out,
sometimes.
Yeah.
F'd out, yeah.
Yeah.
They're Canadian, so it is F'd out.
If dude.
F'd out.
So
Creed
But no,
one.
but Rockstar never got played on the radio, and Rockstar is a
knew you
great song.
And Rockstar is them shitting on themselves.
It is. It's making fun of the entire purpose of their existence.
Spinal Tap. Did you guys ever see this?
No, but
Oh
that
my
was
God.
made by the Simpsons guy. So,
Matt Groening.
Oh, well.
No, James Brooks. James L. Brooks was involved in that. I think
Oh.
he
The
wrote
guy from
it.
Saturday Night Live. Well,
He also
I don't know
wrote
when
As
he
Good as It
started, though.
Gets.
oh, that's a good
But he
one.
was an executive producer of The Simpsons since the beginning.
I
So
did not
it's
know
got
that.
my respect for having James L. Brooks attached. But that was one of his early
You've never seen the
projects.
movie, though?
No.
Oh, my gosh. They go behind stage.
good
They get
stuff.
lost. Like, it's hilarious. You would love it, I
Yeah,
think.
Spinal Tap.
But
is
I know
great.
the Simpsons Spinal Tap version episode.
They're all, hello.
We're big in Bulgaria and the other Garia, Hungary. Yeah, that one.
I think you need to watch that movie.
I was gonna say Candlebox.
Oh yes,
Candlebox.
absolutely.
I actually
And
like
Deep
that,
Cuts.
too.
I had that whole album. I love that whole
It
album.
reminds me of Soul Asylum a little
Oh,
bit, too.
see,
Oh, Collective Soul.
Collective-
No, Soul
Soul
Asylum.
Asylum is
actually.
different. I love
I
Collective
his
Soul.
voice, and I
Yeah,
think
Ed
he's
Roland
still
is
good.
still.
It's almost
Yeah.
like Men at Work. I
His
love
newest
his voice,
song
too.
is called Porch Swing. We're talking Collective Soul now, but it's called Porch Swing, and it's actually quite political. And he's got, I think it's Nikki Sixx, is it? Who does the whistling?
Oh,
It's
I didn't
one
know
of the dudes from the Styx.
Motley Crue? Is it Sticks?
Styx. That is doing the whistling.
Well,
in-
shit.
in
If
the
I need
back.
something whistled, I'm calling Axl Rose first, because
Yeah, good luck getting a hold of Axl Rose. Though.
oh, he's gone crazy. He needs money. But
He needs money.
Patience. He whistles in Patience beautifully.
I actually did love that album.
It was so funny to me when I first heard Patience that Axl Rose doesn't have to screech. He can actually sing
Sing.
very well.
Yeah.
But if you let that song play for more than 4 minutes, he has to scream. But I was like, holy shit, Axl Rose is actually a good singer.
I really went through a period there. In fact, I saw them. They were one of the first concerts. It was them and Metallica
Oh,
at
I never saw Metallica.
McNichols.
I never saw Metallica, but I went through a huge Metallica phase. The
Me
Black
too.
Album,
Yeah, Black Album was epic.
that hit my life right at
Yeah,
the
it
right
was.
time.
Same.
Yeah.
Orion
They were
was
a band
great.
I liked, but
I like
didn't.
Fit.
I didn't hate and didn't like.
Master of
They were just
Puppets.
kinda-
Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
and
it
Justice
was-
for All.
All those albums.
I went backwards and I just
I
loved them more.
stopped listening when they came back with
Load.
the black or Load and Reload. Yes.
I was fine with the S&M, the Symphony Orchestra. That was genius.
fucking great.
But Load, I literally liked one song Until It Sleeps, and then Reload, I didn't even give it a shot.
Same.
Not
Exactly the
interested.
same. And I was a little upset with Lars and his whole
Well, I was a Napster pirate, so,
So
I
I.
was also
I
with
mean,
Lars.
kind of the same thing.
It's
Like,
like,
dude,
when do you have enough, Lars? I got
never
nothing.
did
You guys are
next
like the richest fucking people on the planet. Can you let some of us
Yeah.
fans like enjoy
It's
your
the
music?
23rd,
that, like,
and I'm short on rent, Lars. So here you go. You want to pay my rent, Lars?
I mean, you made millions and millions off of an album that I already bought and purchased, but I want it on my computer.
And think
So,
about the new musicians today don't have that. Now we have Spotify. And
well,
all
yeah,
these
they
music,
had to
you're
figure out
downloading
how to.
songs.
And
Yeah.
you
They're
can.
touring to make money now, not so much
I
albums.
definitely support artists making money,
Yeah.
Me too.
but you got to
That's what
figure
we're
out a
trying
way.
to do.
Yeah, and they just had to figure out a way for new technology to keep up with monetization because Metallica never had any problem with touring. They were
4 Beers In
gods
is going to
That's
have a
true. They're
DRM
gonna
pretty
go.
soon.
It's gonna have a what?
A DRM. We're
What's a
going to
DRM?
prevent you from.
You speak in TLAs and it pisses me off,
We're
man.
going to prevent you. Digital rights management.
This
We're
is
gonna
what
prevent
happens
you-
when we have
We're
a
going to prevent you
millennial
from
on the-
downloading our podcast.
I
I've
tell you,
never
we're
heard
gonna
that.
we're gonna
I'm
send
like,
our
what does
lawyers
that
after
mean?
you if you download this podcast illegally.
I don't know. The only lawyer I know is no longer speaking to me due to the
I
fact
have-
that I took C38 off of our podcast.
I have certain friends that I specifically ask acronyms of. That's the only reason I keep them in my life. Like, what does LTR mean?
I
Okay.
do it to Brendan all the time. Like, what is that?
Wasn't that the show that Carson Daly was on?
DLR.
TRL,
TRL. DSLR.
DSL. That was the first one I ever remember, like dick sucking lips.
TSL.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I knew was wrong because DVD does not stand for digital video disc. It stands for digital versatile disc. So
What?
no one knows anything. Yeah.
I did not know
That's
that.
not accurate.
Nope, that's true. DVD does not stand for what you think it stands for.
Fucking.
But that's the
idiots.
first acronym I ever knew. And
And it's the only one
Was
he
wrong.
knows now.
I know
Yeah.
TLA,
I don't know.
motherfucker.
He's learned like 3 since we started this podcast.
And TRL.
And
Carson Daly.
TBH.
Yeah, I grew up when Carson Daly just had Total Rerun Live. What was it called before?
I
the
grew up
short
when
hit?
Chris Hardwick was the shit.
Oh, Singled Out. Yeah,
He's funny.
Yes.
he's still the shit.
Yeah, he
I
is.
missed
still-
that show he was on.
Oh,
At
at
midnight.
Yes.
Oh my
Great
god.
show.
it was
Yeah.
the
They don't
best.
make. They haven't made one like
Well, now
that
he's on a
that-
podcast. We just got to start listening
Yeah,
to it.
we
And
gotta
it's
be
funny you
better
should
at
say, when
listening
I'm
to other
driving, I listen to
podcasts.
talk radio. And
No,
I
you
should
listen to
actually pull up-
Howard. You don't listen
He's
to talk
talk radio.
Yeah. No, he's a talk show host.
Howard
but
is
you
talk
don't,
radio.
Exactly. You don't listen to anything else but
Yeah,
Howard.
that's true.
I don't listen to Howard,
Unless
but if
you
I
listen
did,
to the other talk
I
radio
actually
with
think
like
people-
Glenn
you
Beck
would
and
like
all
him.
those.
He's
Oh,
very-
God, no.
He's a
Muller
good
and
interviewer.
Rush.
He's just so good.
if I did listen to Howard, that might be my only guilty pleasure.
So you would call Howard Stern a guilty
Well,
pleasure?
see, I dumped Adam
People do
Carolla
hate
because he became
Howard.
an asshole. He got not funny and became an asshole.
Just angry, right?
Yeah, see, he was fine when politics didn't enter into it. But
Oh.
there are some comedians who are secretly like pricks, assholes.
Dennis Miller?
And yeah, you never know until like
That's funny because I used to love him.
And Jimmy
too.
Kimmel kind of went in the opposite direction. He was like too PC.
yeah,
He
did.
wanted to be corporate guy.
I didn't
That's
see
why I
Howard-
stick with
Howard
John
did go
Oliver.
into politics somewhat.
Yeah, but once Trump got elected, Adam Carolla became Mr. Conservative guy, yelling and angry about everything.
Oh,
I'm like,
boo.
I don't
What
need you.
happened to him? And
But-
Howard even talks about that. Howard is not a Trump, and it's so funny because Howard's actually really good friends with Trump. He was on the show all the time. They were friends, and I think Howard he was at
was at his
Howard's
wedding,
and like, but Howard's like, he goes, they don't talk anymore now that he's the president, and he's like, but he actually voted for, what's her face? Oh my God.
Warren.
No.
Clinton?
Hillary.
Clinton?
Oh,
And
before
he
that.
he goes, he's just not president. He goes, I need someone that talks competent. But he's like, I need someone that like, and he goes,
Well,
I'm
just
not
imagine,
bashing
like,
him
if
as
one
a-"
of your
he
random
goes,
friends
well,
became
he goes,
president,
"I'm
you're like,
friends with them."
that
He goes,
person should not be president.
That's pretty much
I shouldn't be
exactly what he's
president. I
saying.
mean, everyone has the talent. It's
He's like,
not
he's a
putting him
good
down for
friend,
that. He
but
goes,
he's
I like him for these reasons, but I don't want him running my country. He go, the women, whatever. And that's what I respect about Howard a little bit because it's like, this is one of my friends, and he goes, and I don't want him for president. He's totally, he doesn't vote for him.
Yeah, sorry, Tammy, I wouldn't vote for you for president, but I like you. Fine.
It's true though. So true.
No, I have no idea what your policies are, but you wouldn't want me as president either because I frankly don't want the job.
Oh, it would be horrible.
It
to
would
pick-
suck.
Honestly, there are.
Having my own helicopter would be the
But that's
only
also
thing.
the irony of it is You
You
need
know-
a bureaucrat to do that
I was
job,
just gonna say,
but also bureaucrats you don't need in there. It's such a catch-22.
Well,
That's
and-
the only thing Trump was right about is it was a swamp. It is a swamp, and it's designed to be a swamp, and a swamp it will remain. But are there piranhas in that swamp, or are there fucking alligators in that swamp? Because one of them can't leave the swamp, and one of them can. So let's keep the piranhas confined to the swamp.
And it's like John Mulaney said, it's a horse in a hospital.
I don't know that bit. I know the horse babysitter, but I don't know that bit. Please do tell.
Yes, because there's a lot of we're all Mulaney fans.
It's
here.
like, do you want a doctor in the hospital or a horse in a hospital?
Okay.
He is awesome.
I
Maybe some people are tired of the doctors, but you don't just put a horse in a hospital.
Yeah, because the horse is going to shake things up. Absolutely. Protocols are going out the window.
it's pretty sad where
He's got a fascination with horses.
being
'cause-
president of the United States could actually classify as like worst jobs. Like
It absolutely is.
undercover
Every single-
bosses, like worst job. Like you could actually make it. And sadly, because of Trump, you could almost make a TV show about how shitty of a job being the president is. I mean, that's kind of what we've watched for the last 3 years is a TV show of a bad host doing a bad job. But anyway, we're supposed to talk music.
Guilty
Well,
pleasures.
The thing about being president, and that's all I'll say, is that half of America will hate you at any given time.
No, yeah.
That's got to suck. Just knowing that would suck. I wouldn't sleep at night knowing that half of everyone
You
would
have to
hate
have
my
a tough
guts.
skin, but he doesn't have one. He gets defensive, and that's where he tweets whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Anyhow,
my other guilty pleasure,
I'll let you-
We could do a refill. You refill?
I'm ready for a refill.
Cam's ready for a refill. Marco, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, 3 of us need a refill. Let's pause and
Majority
maybe
rules.
I will actually insert a commercial here. We'll find
insert
out.
it.
What was the
Okay.
last thing we said?
Yeah, we were talking Howard Stern stuff, but I think we'll try to use that break to get us back on track. And Tam, we talked to Matt, we talked to Marco. Now your
Not
turn.
guilty about shit.
What
Well, no, I don't want to feel
Well,
guilty about shit.
you don't feel guilty about shit, but
Me and Marco are here to make fun of you for everything.
Awesome.
Whatever you say next.
I actually have pretty bad ones.
well, see, I was just gonna say, I know you have a couple
Well-
that you really do see as guilty pleasures. So
Well, I mean, I have the one that I think is a guilty pleasure everyone likes is Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
He
You know, he
writes
started
the
writing-
songs the whole world
Yeah,
sings.
he used to write the commercials for the crap the whole world bought. You know he's a sellout, right? A professional sellout?
That's what I'm saying. Guilty pleasure. Mandy
I
was a
ge-
good
I-
one for me.
A kid, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
begrudge anyone grabbing cash.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
I think he was the person Charlie Sheen was based on in 2.5 Men, though.
What?
he likes men.
Barry Manilow does?
Yeah.
He buries in man? Hello?
He might bury in a man. I don't know if he buries
I
men.
had no idea. Wow. I have never had any bit of interest in Barry Manilow's sex life.
Me either.
And I lived in
That
Vegas
means
for
I only
4
like
years.
Mandy, only Mandy. But the one that I think I'm the most
Copacabana.
embarrassed on is
The
Milli
Burger King
Vanilli.
theme song?
Wait, what?
They
No.
didn't even sing their own freaking
Blame it
song.
on the-
Well,
Wait,
neither
Blame It
did
on the
Britney
Rain.
Spears.
Blame It on the Rain?
She
What
sang her
else?
own song. She might lip sync or maybe have
Well,
help.
that's what they got nailed for.
Well,
I'm a
sing
little
like Jen Lopez.
Wait.
They
Hold
all
on,
lip-sync
wait.
shit.
Stop. Wait, hold on. I'm always also confused about Milli Vanilli. Is it that they sang but lip sync their concerts? Because J-Lo
They
does
lip-
that.
Right? That's what I'm
other
saying.
Singer, they lip sync.
They didn't even sing what they were
They
lip-syncing.
didn't sing their own music. That's
That is
why
bad.
I think that's the worst because I used to love "Blame It on the Rain."
Why would why
But
didn't the actual
I
singers
don't
become
know.
the famous
but it was
Money,
a
man.
horrible scandal back in the day, and the one guy committed suicide over this.
Milli or Vanilli?
One of the Milli Vanillis did.
One of the ice cream guys.
The best looking one too.
No.
They were both good looking.
Well,
but
Google
What?
it.
I remember dreadlocks, but not much else. And spandex. I remember spandex.
And
Oh,
dreadlock,
that's
oh.
right. They were the first ones to kind of have the spandex in MC Hammer Pant days.
I think I beat him by about a week and a half. I had spandex going into 4th
I don't
grade.
know about. I don't remember what they were.
Documented.
But I thought they were two good-looking young men. loved their songs, and ended up they were lip syncing other people's vocals.
So you thought Milli Vanilli were good looking, and you ended up with Brendan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like everybody.
I see the vanilla, but I don't see the Millie.
Yeah, but if you follow the pattern of the guys that she does talk about, they all have the vanilla or the Millie, not the vanilla.
They're a little more
Yeah.
Millie than Vanilli.
Yeah.
Let's
and
see.
I'm like, somehow
Tammy.
I ended up.
no,
Tammy,
Duran Duran was
Tammy,
my obsession,
Tammy,
and they
Tammy,
were very
Tammy,
Millie.
Tammy. Seal.
Seal is unique looking,
Seal.
and I love the scars.
That's the polite way to put it. It's a polite way.
He
That's like
was in
this-
a motorcycle accident, so it brought him unique.
That's like that Steve Martin line. You dress so interestingly.
Actually, I do have Eddie Murphy on there too. Do you remember him singing
Wow.
"Party All the Time"?
Yes.
And put it in your butt.
As
Well,
much
that was
as
oh my God, that's a skit though. He actually sings and records, and he wants to be a singer.
Like a
So
Jack
that's
Black?
different. Jack Black is a whole different. You can't even. There's no guilty pleasure. He's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy is good in so many different ways. Comedian, blah blah blah. But like, he only really did
But
have
not
a
singer?
one-hit wonder
Well,
when it came to a song.
But did he want to be a singer? Did he want to make that transition, or was it just like a cash grab? Because I respect cash grabs. I'm on record as saying that. I'm
We have
waiting
to
for
ask
my
him
chance to
what he
cash
meant for
grab.
that, but my guess is he wanted to be everything, kind of like Bruce Willis, and like you have.
oh, that's right. Bruce Willis did
Oh
an
yeah, you have a
album.
lot of actors that are singers.
Terry Bradshaw, man, I found a vinyl at her parents' house in New York
Terry?
of Terry Bradshaw.
No
I even took a
way.
picture of it, going, "Oh my God, look what I
does he
just."
sing?
remember that.
What's his
I-
style?
they don't have a record player yet. They have vinyl. I should have took it home, but I felt weird.
No, you can steal a Bradshaw album.
They would never know.
You're
That's
justified
true. They
in that.
probably
It's
wouldn't
like,
have known.
no.
Your Honor, come on. I rule in favor of the
Although,
defendant.
I do
Sounds like some
encourage-
1 cent eBay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
auctions.
do encourage either one of you to go thumbing through some of those vinyl. I guarantee you'll find some. How the fuck did you end up with this kind of stuff?
I don't remember Terry Bradshaw.
Well, because it wasn't yours.
True.
Um,
And I've
Oh
never been into
my
country,
God.
which is
Did you
Terry-
just
is he
Google
on
it?
there?
Keep talking while this
Okay.
Well,
loads.
Terry Bradshaw was on The Masked Singer, and he did have. I'm not a country fan, so he might have had the country twang, and I wouldn't know it.
We don't advertise for Chevrolet, but in 5 seconds, 4 seconds, we're going to hear Terry Bradshaw singing something. In 2, 1, take it, Terry. Oh, he's got the bell bottoms. How old is this? So Lonesome I Can Cry by Hank Williams, as sung by Terry Bradshaw.
Hey, I don't remember that. Hey, no barking. Sorry for our pups.
what?
I swear to God, this is Terry Bradshaw singing Hank Williams. He's
Surprisingly
not
good.
half bad,
I'm
but
like-
he's a cover artist.
And
And
The Masked Singer, he wasn't that good.
Yeah, he was better just there
he's
than
40
he was.
years older now.
Yeah.
That was
True.
like that was
Although
the
they
that
were
was
like,
the
"You're
80s,
Peyton
if
Manning."
anything.
They knew he was a football person when they're because Masked Singer, you don't know who it is.
Yeah,
you
'cause
gotta
he's
go
tall.
on clues and then whatever. So, we have to apologize for our pups. Sorry.
Oh my God, Terry Bradshaw! I never
But
saw
he
this
was-
coming.
I didn't know. Well, he's
Terry
not my
Bradshaw
guilty
is my new guilty
I don't know.
pleasure.
It's like,
Terry Bradshaw is a cover artist,
like
but
Millie Vanilli.
but here's the thing about cover artists: Dynamite Hack and Nerf Herder
Oh,
were cover
Diamond Egg
artists,
Hack, yeah.
and I never really respected
Goldfinger.
them.
Goldfinger.
Yes, no? You haven't heard of Goldfinger?
The James Bond movie.
No, the band.
A punk band. They're like
Because
punk,
Sean
right?
Connery, rest
We
in
should
Yeah.
peace.
for
I
him.
should
Yeah,
say.
okay.
To Sean Connery.
To Sean Connery.
He died on
Cheers to
Halloween
that.
Fucking
in
crazy.
Sean
Crazy.
Connery fashion.
God damn
Very
it.
Rest
sad.
in peace.
Love him.
Scotland lost a hero.
No, Goldfinger. Wait, the wrestler?
No,
Gold?
it's a punk band,
Berg.
and they
Yeah.
do a lot of good. They did 99 Red
They do a
Balloons.
lot of
That was
covers.
their big cover, like that they did. But there are other ones that they did.
Alien Ant Farm. Weren't they also a cover?
Well, they did the
band?
one of Michael Jackson's
Jackson, Smooth
"Annie,
Criminal.
Are You Okay?" or "Smooth." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same song.
Yep.
Anyone who gets famous on somebody else's song, no matter
Is-
what you do with it,
I
That's
agree.
What
I
Goldfinger
only
really
have
is,
10%
I
respect
thought.
for you.
Exactly. I agree. Well, it's not that I have minimal respect for you. It's that I will always just see you as a quote unquote cover band.
But I could respect Dynamite Hack for naming themselves Dynamite Hack and then doing a cover song because they're like, look, we suck, so here's someone else's better song. But Terry Bradshaw was on TV like Thursday night. An old man, but still on TV. So obviously this was just a cash grab.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. God bless you, Terry Bradshaw, even though I hear you're an asshole.
Is he? He seems like a big goof.
I've heard.
We've seen.
I've heard differing stories,
He's
but
like
I,
a big kid.
I may or may not.
I
have
know
been
he has a beef
college
with John
roommates.
Elway.
Oh, that's
But I also
right.
know John Elway's an asshole. So.
I may or may not
His-
have been
his
college
son or-
roommates
or
with Rocky
friend's son
Blyer's
or-
son.
yeah.
And Rocky Blyer did win like 3 championships with Terry Bradshaw. And I may or may not have heard that Terry Bradshaw was a piece of shit, but who knows what's true?
Right.
The dude's been working for like 60 years on TV after playing football, so good on him.
He's keeping the right people happy.
Right.
Let's put it
we
that
watched
way.
a TV show with him, and he just looked like a big kid.
He was on Married with Children once, so he's got my support in all things.
JoJo's talking to Marco.
And Cade's too scared to come in because of the other
Jojo.
dog door.
It's so funny. JoJo came through the dog door, but Cade will not go through. He's like, I
There's
still
that
think
thing
there's
there.
a wall there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he still sees the dog door
I
thing.
think
So
JoJo's Doctor
Cade,
Strange.
I've got one.
Guilty pleasure?
Chumbawamba.
okay.
The
Name their
tub
other
thumping.
You
song.
like that one?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wait.
but
When do you like that song? Is that just like a drinking
whiskey
song?
drink?
Yeah,
Do you listen to that while you
it is-
vacuum? Like,
no.
what is the... Because the things I like for very specific reasons. They either remind me of something, some point in my life,
Okay.
someone.
Yeah, no, this is just a fun song that
Okay,
in
so
most
you'll
cases,
listen to Chumbawamba
if
any given time.
no, not any given time.
What
There's
do you-
times where I will skip.
What
it.
are you doing when you search YouTube for Chumbawamba?
It's not that I search YouTube. It's when I don't skip it when it's on my playlist.
And what are you doing at that point?
Weirdly, I think you mentioned it, cleaning. Or sometimes drinking. Like we would play
Tammy,
it at the
does he clean
tailgates, but
ever at all? I only asked because you were so impressed with my cleaning prowess last week. You're like, wait, you do the dishes?
the dishes are
Batting
probably
your eyelashes at me.
one of the things that I don't do as much as I could have and stuff. But I do a lot
Let's
of
just
the
say
other
when
stuff
you
around the
unrobe
house.
yourself in the bathroom, I always move your clothes to the hamper every night.
You can't even reach the hamper in the bathroom.
There's not a hamper in the
No,
bathroom.
but it's like 5 feet away. Our
Oh, you
bathroom is
should-
connected, and he can't bring it to the closet.
I get that. Put the hamper in the bathroom and your world will change.
it would
I've been, but where?
kind of where Marco's feet are getting eaten by dags.
Yeah.
Time out.
I think next week is just going to be marriage counseling. That'll be the. I'll tell you what I've learned. We got a never been married, a divorced, and a happily married couple. This could be a good show.
It could be.
I feel like my
Could-
reasons not to get married are the same reasons.
For my getting divorced.
Probably.